Here's the real guy, right here.
Well done, and thank you to the dueling mayors. Give them a chance to work their way back to the seats, right? Because now, and again, we have our own introduction coming from a past president, a trustee.
There you go.
Our own Bob Jenkins
Yeah.
is going to come talk to us and introduce.
Woo!
So I'm up here, and after hearing the Mayor Matt, and Mayor Brian, I'm totally screwed. What am I going to say? I have a lot to say about my friend Jerry Lynch. First off, I nominated Jerry to be the Irishman of the Year for this year. And all of the members of the Friendly Sons voted in the affirmative. An outpouring of Irish pride and an opportunity for Irishmen to visibly pay honor to their heritage. Many thousands of people enjoying the sounds of bagpipes and marching bands. And an otherwise dreary March weekend made bright, festive, and alive is the result of a very quiet gentleman who has been selected as our Friendly Sons of St. Patrick Jersey Shore Irishman of the Year. You know Jerry's been the founder of the parade. You know that it began back planning for it in 1973. The first parade stepped off in a bitter, cold, windy March day in 1974. And just 2 weeks ago, we had our 42nd annual Belmar Lake Como St. Patrick's Day Parade. Every Irish organization in the shore area and beyond, proud of their Irish roots and legacy, enthusiastically participate in the traditions of the parade. Today, more than 5,500 individuals march in the parade each year, and an estimated 100,000 people attend the parade each year. If you've been to this dinner for some number of years, you remember that Jerry was up at the head table and sang the national anthems of Ireland and the United States for us. For years he did that. And until recently, Jerry's rendition of the Irish and U.S. national anthems were done from the reviewing stand on Main Street in Belmar, and that officially opened up the festivities of the parade. And more than 35 years after the parade began, for all these years, he was the soloist for the anthems during the parade's annual investiture mass at St. Rose. Now, choosing to march in the St. Patrick's Day does come with an occasional risk of hardship. For instance, this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade weather, we suffered through the worst weather conditions ever. Numb fingers and toes were the order of the day. Everyone here who marched should be awarded the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick Frozen Nose and Toes Award. A few years back, snow fell overnight into the morning and stopped by parade time. The streets were cleared up, and we marched up Main Street knowing that another snowstorm was coming that afternoon. As Father Brian Woodrow said that afternoon, only the Irish can squeeze in a parade between two snowstorms. Later on, another year, we had a pouring rainy day. It poured. My son Bob and I were marching in the parade, and we were soaked to our skivvy shorts. Later, I saw Jerry at a shindig, a post-parade shindig somewhere, and Jerry told me that when he took his top hat off, he had a big black ring around his head. So, Jerry and Fran, a little background here, they moved to Belmar in 1963 and opened up Lynch's, and the rest is history. The hotel was a popular spot back in the day, drawing people of all ages. Young people down the shore for the weekend rented rooms, the off-the-beach crowd, fathers sneaking off the beach to check the meters, an excuse to stop at Lynch's for a couple. And the music at night, including songs by Jerry, our favorite Irish tenor, singing most of the night. A friend told us she and her friends came down for the summer weekends and were always treated so nicely by Fran and Jerry, looking after them, making sure that everything was okay. Another couple I know, also friends, told how they attended the St. Rose Altar Society luncheon, and she wound up sitting next to Jerry. Now, she was originally from Bayonne, and she was accustomed to going to the Irish spots in Bayonne and over in Newark, McGovern's, and places like that. And so she mentioned to Jerry that she missed that. She didn't realize that there were no Irish spots down here some 30, 35 years ago. And Jerry said, well, I'll tell you what, the Jerry Lynch Association is having its Christmas luncheon in a few days over at Kelly's. Why don't you join us and come and see what it's all about? To Jerry, being Irish is very important. Something else you need to know about St. Patrick's Parade Committee meetings are pretty important, very important to Jerry. One time, our friend Jackie Foy, a Bayonne lad, was just sitting at Lynch's Hotel Bar, and Jerry asked him to go behind the bar. He says, Jack, can you help me out? It seems that Jerry had a parade committee meeting to get to, so Jack Foy was pressed into service as a bartender at Lynch's. Besides founding the parade, avid Monmouth and Ocean County basketball fans will remember that Jerry was the founder in the mid-60s of the Jersey Shore Summer Basketball League, which marked its 45th year and still going strong. Jerry built a basketball court out in Lynch's parking lot in the league's early days, and games were played under the lights. Just like if you build it, they will come. Crowds of basketball fans showed up for the games on summer nights. Jerry said Bob Verga, the St. Rose High School star, Duke standout, and ABA NBA star, he played on Lynch's Hotel's team, and they always drew big crowds back in the day. In those days, it was not unusual for NBA players to come down and play with the teams in the off-season, along with rising college stars. But it wasn't just the basketball players. The league referees, some of them made it to the big time as NBA referees. For instance, Jack Neese, who only a few years back retired as an NBA official. Jackie was introduced to the NBA by another summer league ref. Even the guy who was doing the books for the league, Bill King, who was originally from Neptune, went on to go to work with the Milwaukee Bucks. He called Jerry just about a year ago to say, thank you for making my life. Longtime members of the Friendly Sons who attend our annual communion breakfast will recall that Jerry has for years led a delegation of members of the parade committee to that breakfast. Early in his career, Jerry appeared on Broadway in Where's Charlie with Ray Bolger. Then they later toured the country doing the show with Bolger and in the cast. Jerry also performed for 2 seasons in summer stock in Danbury, Connecticut. Jerry, by his quiet leadership, word, deed, and in song, has truly shown outstanding devotion to the United States and great pride in the traditions of our wonderful Irish heritage. And therefore, it's very deserving to be honored as the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick Irishman of the Year 2015. Jerry.
Jerry.
I have a hard time even standing.